dust storm, man.
Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
Well, the Star Wars rumors are starting to fly again, and they are crazy, and they are everywhere. We know what that means. Something big's probably coming. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe, and of course with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey, Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing pretty good. Joe, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Excellent.
So, we talk about rumors and something big coming. That doesn't mean it has anything to do with the rumors.
Right, this is true. The
rumors fly around, and then we get a big announcement.
Right.
A lot of times that announcement has nothing to do with all the crap we've been talking about.
Right.
And I'll say this, there's a lot of rumors out there that aren't even worth talking about.
This is true.
I mean, they're just not. You can just read them. And for some reason, there's still a lot going around about this Lucas cut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just stop.
Yeah. Yeah. People, sometimes they get these ideas in their head and they just can't get them out. But hey, keep dreaming.
Yeah. Well, another one, but one of them has surfaced again, and I guess it's really never gone away. There's always rumblings of it. But, so it's LRM Online is reporting that the Ezra Thrawn series is still in play at Lucasfilm.
Ooh, nice.
So they are saying, however, it probably won't premiere until well after the Ahsoka Tano show.
Okay.
Which I guess that means there's an Ahsoka Tano show.
Right. So, okay. So one of these other rumors that has been talked about a lot has been, Ahsoka's appearance in The Mandalorian, which, still not confirmed, but not officially confirmed, we'll say that, is going to springboard her character into a live action Disney Plus show. So then I'm guessing from that we get the Ezra Thrawn show. I mean, is this kind of what we're thinking here? Is all these shows are gonna be kind of like links in a chain? They're all kind of gonna play from one to the other.
I mean, that's the way it seems to be reported.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, this sequence of shows makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It does make sense. But I do kind of wonder what is an Ahsoka Tano show going to be about? Where, like, we're kind of thinking, like, this Mandalorian stop is going to be a stop on her journey to go find Ezra. So what?
Well,
like, so her show would be the journey to go find Ezra, and then they find Ezra, and there's an Ezra and Thrawn show?
It could be. I mean, it could be she finally finds Ezra. Ezra's like, nope, I'm good. I'm here working with Thrawn. The Chiss need me. Something. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think, I don't know, because I see your point, because as of right now, for an Ahsoka show on her own, she really has no antagonist, right? So
right.
No, I don't know, nothing she's got to do necessarily.
Yeah, what are her goals right now?
Right. So we kind of have a good idea of how she would play into The Mandalorian, right? Because we have Moff Gideon. And after
she's
that,
got very significant ties to Mandalore.
Yeah, absolutely.
And any problem of Mandalore's probably going to be a problem of Ahsoka Tano's.
Okay, sure. But then So, okay, I guess there you go then. Maybe this could be, something to do with Mandalore itself. I don't know. Or, the search for Ezra. That's what's been speculated widely so far. But it's
that would be a very, very lackluster payoff, though. If the end of the show, Ahsoka finds Ezra and he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
See, I'm kind of thinking the way you could approach this is, even though they'd be playing one after another, the Ahsoka show and the Ezra Thrawn show could be kind of like paralleling each other until they meet at a certain point. Right? So we have the Ahsoka show till she finds Ezra, and Ezra.
Well, you wouldn't be able to start that Ezra show until the Ahsoka show finds Ezra.
Right.
Because where's the suspense there?
But what I'm saying
like
is,
she's looking for Ezra. It's like he's over there.
But here's what I'm saying is,
we already know where he's at.
She finds Ezra, and then the Ezra Thrawn show backs up into the timeline and shows what they were doing up until that point.
Okay.
I mean, it could work. I don't know. I think it could work, but it'd have to be done right for sure.
Yeah, I just heard the parallel thing, and I'm like, it really doesn't work when you know where the end game is.
Well,
like the whole time.
See, kind of a lot of that going on.
Yeah, but
at least in the
not
speculation.
so direct. You know what I mean? Like, not like the point of the show is to find this person, and you're watching this person in this area. It's like, just turn left.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're going to kind of have that a little bit with Obi-Wan when that comes out. Going to kind of have that a little bit with Cassian when that comes out.
Well, yeah. See, like I said, I understand that, right? You know what the end game is.
Right.
But you're not like watching two shows side by side where one is showing a character that you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And what that character's doing. While the other show, the whole suspense of that show is they're looking for that character. And it's like, right there.
Yeah, well,
Like, it's not like Cassian's looking to die. It's not like he's looking to get to the point where he's going to go, on a suicide mission to get the Death Star plans. It's not his goal in that show.
Right.
Just like Obi-Wan's goal is not to go to the Death Star and, get cut down by Vader. That's not his plan. Whereas Ahsoka's plan is to find Ezra.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as far as we know, that's our best guess. I don't know what else it could be, but, does the Ezra Thrawn show take off from that point?
That would be the most logical thing for me, is that at least the point to where Ahsoka finds Ezra, there can't be a Ezra Thrawn show going simultaneous until that point. If that's going to be the goal of the show.
Well, the article says we're not going to see the Ezra Thrawn show till after the Ahsoka show.
Right. So I guess that whole conversation was freaking pointless.
Yeah, but just because the show shows up after doesning mean,
pulling up the article, like, hey, it says this, dude.
In the timeline, it could be further back, They do that a lot. They jump around the timeline a lot.
Yeah, and I get that, and that's fine. I was just talking about that notion of like the side by side. They're looking for him, and we're watching him, and it's like,
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. with the way these rumors are going, I think there's a million different directions these shows could go. And all we can hope for is that someone, with good Star Wars head is involved.
Right.
Dave.
Well, at the same time, I guess the good example there would have been like Rogue One, right? It's like you're watching these people going, they have a secret weapons project. We don't really know what it is. And you're sitting there looking at the screen going, it blows up freaking planets.
Yes, exactly. But that did not bother me with that movie. Really.
And like I said, it's just the whole parallel thing that I'm just like,
Sure. I mean,
I have no problem with the prequel.
Okay. Well, good. But hey, I'm game.
Yeah, and based on our conversation last week, that we had, I mean, this would definitely make Hunter happy.
Yes, it would. Yeah, Ezra Thrawn. Now these are live action. They're talking, or is that not known yet?
The Ahsoka Tano show was supposed to be live action,
right?
So yes,
we're assuming, yeah.
So it said earlier this summer, reports started hitting the internet this is Jedi News that says this. Earlier this summer, reports started hitting the internet of a live action Ezra Bridger Thrawn series.
Well,
so, and then the other article saying that the Ezra Thrawn series is still in play. It does say live action Ezra Thrawn series is still in play.
Okay.
So yes, live action.
That, I think, is probably one of the most intriguing parts about it, because these characters that we saw initially in animation, to see them quote unquote come to life will be awesome.
Oh, that's the most exciting thing about all of that for me.
Right.
Is seeing these characters that have lived solely in animation coming to live action. I mean, we already got a taste of that with Chopper.
Yeah. That was just a small taste.
That was a small taste.
But it was cool. It was definitely cool.
But that really probably is the big conduit for like all these conversations going forward. It's like, okay, they already, and not only that, but the Rise of Skywalker added to that fervor, with taking these animation characters and using their voices in a live action film.
Yeah, true.
So
seeing the ghost.
Yep, seeing the ghost. You're taking all these elements, you're making them one with the live action universe. It's time they've seen live action.
I like it. Hopefully all these rumors are true.
With it.
Yes, hopefully it's true. Hit us with it. We can take it.
Yeah. All right, well, since we were talking about Ahsoka being a Clone Wars character, Doug, we had something come and slip right under our noses.
And what's that?
So there's a book coming out, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Stories of Light and Dark.
Okay.
I did not see this, and I'm seeing articles. The oldest one I found was August 10th, but I think it goes back further than that, because August 10th they just say Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Stories of Light and Dark audiobook cast revealed.
Oh, wow.
It's like they just mentioned this book like it's no big deal.
Like, hey, that book we've been talking about. What?
Yeah, here's this book. Remember we've been talking about this book? And then here's the cast for the audiobook. That's the big story here. And I'm like, what freaking book?
Wow.
So
it got by
I don't
me
know
too.
how we missed this, because, hey, Clone Wars, this usually catches our eye.
Yeah, exactly.
And even this article was the 10th of August
Wow.
when they revealed the cast. So it's like, pfft. All right.
Okay, so you're killing me. Who's the cast?
All right. So I'll just read off the voice actors
Okay.
that are going to be reprising their roles from the series.
Oh.
So Corey Burton will be
Nice.
voicing Cad Bane and Count Dooku. Nika Futterman, Asajj Ventress,
Nice.
Matt Lanter,
Of
Anakin
course.
Skywalker,
Of course. Yeah.
Catherine Tabor, Padme Amidala, James Arnold Taylor, that would be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Sam Witwer. I think we know who he's doing.
Oh, yes.
Darth Maul.
Heck yeah.
So that is the cast that'll be reading this collection of 11 stories.
Wow. No, Ashley.
Okay. Huh?
No Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah.
Wow.
No Ash Eckstein.
Interesting. Okay.
I have a feeling she's busy doing. I can talk. She's busy doing all her voiceover work for the Mandalorian.
Oh.
So
Oh, don't tease me. Oh, don't tease me. I love it. I love the idea, though.
I mean, why else wouldn't you have her on?
Yeah, true. Very true.
It just doesn't make sense. She's got to be busy.
Exactly. I like it.
And she's always been busy with her universe, so.
Yeah.
Although her universe has been really busy lately. Chris Land keeps showing me stuff. I'm like, just like you buy more Star Wars crap than I do.
Yeah. That's how it goes in this household, too. Trust me.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like buying Star Wars crap, but.
Right.
Damn, woman. But hey, it's that love right there that allows me to do this every week. So
That's
I'm just
right.
gonna shut my mouth.
There you go. I like it.
Let her buy the Star Wars stuff.
Yep. So, this Clone Wars book, we have Clone Wars voice actors reading the stories, right? So, what kind of stories are these?
So there's 11 stories, 10 of which are retellings of memorable episodes and arcs
Oh, from the show.
from the show.
Okay.
So maybe telling it 100% from that character's perspective,
Oh.
or something. I don't really have an idea on what the perspective is here,
Oh, that's interesting, though. I
but
like
they are
that thought.
retellings of these episodes and arcs.
Okay.
Obviously, they can really dive into these stories a little bit more than you can in a 22-minute episode,
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
at least on the descriptive side of things.
Right.
And then there is one original Night Sisters based episode, or based story. I said episode.
Okay, so this will be something we haven't seen or heard before.
Correct.
Okay.
So 10 stories you'll be familiar with, but maybe not told in this way. And then one you have no idea.
Huh. I like it.
So both the audiobook and the print copies will be available on August 25th. So
Sweet.
in no time at all.
Yeah.
We're just a couple days away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm doing the math in my head. Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. It's like, hurry. Get ready for this thing.
There is a excerpt on StarWars.com. Sam Witwer reading his story as Maul. Go check it out.
Nice.
It sounds really good.
Cool.
I think the audiobook is definitely going to be the way to go here.
It sounds like it with the right voice actors doing it.
I think they got the right ones. I mean,
Yeah.
they were very successful in what they did before.
Exactly.
So
Cool.
then you got James Arnold Taylor doing, 3 stories. That guy can sound so different for every character that he's reading in that story.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, it's exciting. More Clone Wars stories. Never complain about that. I mean, I guess more old Clone Wars stories,
Yeah, well, hey,
but
I like it. It could be a different take on the same story. I the certain point of view thing kind of, take. I kind of like that. It'd be interesting.
oh, definitely. And I'll tell you what. I will say this. Back when that Save the Clone Wars campaign started,
Uh-huh.
I'd like to harp on this.
Yeah.
I can't believe that it has exploded into what it is now.
Oh, I know. For a show that was just going to get kind of like tossed into the garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, with the acquisition, they're just like, nah, we're done with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wrap up what you're doing and toss in and tell. Yeah.
Turns out all they needed to do was sit back and wait for contracts to expire.
Yeah. Exactly. And by the way, the guy running that show, turns out he's going to be working on the show that launches your streaming service. So yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy the way it's gone, and I'm happy for it. I hope it keeps up. I mean, obviously it's going to. We're going to get the Bad Batch and all
Right.
that good stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, it's exciting.
Have something to add to the conversation? Or you just want to let us know how we're doing? Email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best place to get in on the action. But if social media is a little more to your liking, @TheWarsAndMore on Twitter is always a good place to interact with us. And we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/TheWarsAndMore. And of course, your portal to this and everything else, The Wars and More, is thewarsandmore.com.
All right, so I got really, really excited today scrolling through Jedi News. And
Yeah.
I completely missed the first word of a headline. And it was one of those moments I click on an article and then I get there and I'm like, wait, why is there Lego pictures here?
Uh-oh.
So I thought I saw Star Wars Holiday Special premiering November 17th on Disney Plus.
You did.
I did. I did. But I missed 4 letters.
Right.
I wanted so bad for the holiday special to be coming to Disney Plus. Not really that I want to see it again.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I would watch it, but
Yeah. I think we're all in that boat right there.
I mean, I'd watch it. I'd have the same reaction I had before. I'd be like, ugh.
Right.
But I really want it to be there. It should be there.
Yeah, I totally agree. It should be
all
there.
be there.
Yeah, why not?
They tout the entire Star Wars catalog is there, right?
Right.
Wrong. Wrong.
Well, they're trying to make up for that, Joe.
Yeah, apparently. So yes, there is a Lego holiday special coming November 17th on Disney Plus. Now,
Yeah.
this will be a little different. This is reuniting Rey, Finn, Chewbacca, Poe to celebrate Life Day.
Okay.
So I shouldn't say a little different. It's a lot different.
That's a lot different, yeah.
What do you think, Doug? What do you think?
Okay. I don't have this up in front of me, but apparently there's time travel involved. So
Well, yes, because that's a thing now.
yeah, here we go with the time travel thing in Star Wars. It's like, come on. I get it. This is Lego. Okay. But, come on.
Okay, I have it up, and I believe I know what you're going to say.
Okay.
So let me find this real quick. I do have it up, but I'm just
Scanning.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says, but the heart and soul of the special is Rey's relationship with Luke. Not the old Jedi Master she knew, but instead the rookie rebel version from George Lucas's original 1977 Star Wars movie. It becomes a much different take on a teacher and apprentice with the more seasoned Rey and a younger Luke.
Yes. So, I've just got to say, there's a couple different ways that, from what you just read, that this can be viewed with what we know, right?
Right.
So, Rey could, travel back in time and school young Luke Skywalker on how to use the Force, I guess. Which I have to just throw my hand up and say, yeah, please don't. Or you can have the battle-weary seasoned Rey go back in time and actually see that this grizzled old mentor that she knew was at one point, fumbling around to actually learn himself, which holds true for everybody. And that I wouldn't mind seeing, so long as she's not going to bring it up to him, but if she notices it for herself and can take something away from that I'm okay with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she can't tell him that she's from the future. And I mean, we're probably reading way more into this than
it's possible.
it's probably not actually going to be time travel. It's just going to be those characters.
Right.
There's not going to be an explanation. There's not going to be a how or why. It's just going to be those characters on screen at the same time.
I got to be honest. I'm getting kind of a Christmas Carol vibe from the description. Right? Because it does mention, what is it? We're hoping
so you're thinking like a Ghost of Christmas Past kind of thing?
Yes. Because what did they say? Can Rey, can she get the holiday spirit in time or something like that or whatever? Yeah. So.
Wait, Rey's going to be Scrooge?
I guess. So, I mean, that's the impression I got.
I didn't read this good enough. It started with the headlines. So,
right. Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't see that it said Lego. Oh, that's funny. What is the sentence that I was... but will she make it back in time for the Life Day feast and learn the true meaning of holiday spirit? That's totally giving me Christmas Carol vibes.
Oh yeah, so it's the Life Day story.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm just hoping that they approach it the way I was talking about with, Rey saw Luke as one version of himself, the guy who was pretty negative, here, 3 lessons, that Luke, and who ultimately stands up to Kylo Ren and force projects himself and all that, but, can actually get to see a glimpse into the past when he was, like I said, fumbling around with trying to learn the ways of the Force himself. So that that I'm okay with. I just don't want Rey going, hey, you're supposed to do it like this, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Right. So we'll see. I mean, it's one of those things. A little leery. But yes, of course, I'm going to watch it. So
I still got a question here. Why would Rey be the one who wouldn't be able to get into the custom?
I don't know, man.
Because even in the Rise of Skywalker, right? Like,
she is a Palpatine. I mean,
yeah, but think about it. They were on that planet. They were having that celebration. They were giving her beads. She was talking to the children.
Oh, true.
Like, she was getting right into that. So, I mean, maybe that's why. Every time she does this, she gets shot at.
Right. That's a good point.
But then I guess it would make more sense if they left that deleted scene in The Last Jedi, where
right. Yeah.
The caretakers were having a party.
Right.
And she thought they were being attacked, and she went running down there and cut her way in, and they're all like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, and then there's, the whole TFA part where, you're Han Solo, she goes from that kind of exuberance to, getting taken away by Kylo Ren at Maz's castle. So
I guess kidnapping's pretty traumatizing.
Yeah, it could be. But hey, all we can say is we hope they do it right. We'll find out.
I mean, it's Lego. I'm not really,
Oh, I get it.
A lot.
Right. It's not like it's,
I mean, hell, to be honest, I probably won't even watch it.
I'll probably watch it. I'm just throwing it out there.
I'll probably watch it. I watch the Star Wars stuff. I don't really watch any of the other Lego stuff.
Who knows if we're gonna have football to watch on Thanksgiving? So
Probably not.
So we can watch that instead.
I mean, there's football games on Thanksgiving, but it's never really a football game.
Hey,
it's always the Lions getting the crap kicked out of them by someone.
Look, just because it's true doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
It hurts me, and I'm not even a Lions fan.
I know.
I'm just like, it's like a Thanksgiving tradition to watch the Lions play.
I'm not really a fan. I'm just kind of from the area, so
Yeah, same here. And it's like a Thanksgiving tradition to watch them play and lose.
Yes.
And it hurts every year. It's like, man,
yes,
this is the one day I'm going to root for you guys.
That is funny.
All right.
Well, so yes, we're going to kind of turn a 180 here, right? So we have all this like speculation as to what this holiday special is going to be like, and is it going to be kind of cringy, or is it going to be kind of in a good light or whatever? Something that we're all looking forward to is The Mandalorian, and there's a reason for that, and when I say we're all looking forward to it, I mean all of us, the old fans, the new fans, everybody loves this show. So I guess when it comes to kind of getting a feel for what the secret sauce is, Jon Favreau's kind of got a good idea and kind of explains it here.
The inspirations, Kurosawa, Filoni, that whole thing, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, we wanted to really wind it back to the things that inspired the original Star Wars and really get it small in scale and tell simple stories, because part of what you inherit when you're going to see Star Wars now is this whole history, because the stories have been told for decades. And it was nice with a new medium to be able to start with a new set of characters and introduce a new audience. But we always knew, and this is something I learned from over at Marvel and working with Kevin Feige, is you always want to keep the core fans in mind, because they've been the ones that have been keeping the torch lit for many, many years. But these are also stories for young people and for new audiences. These are myths. And so you always want to have an outstretched hand to people who might not have that background. And so you're really telling two stories at once. You're telling the story for the people who are fresh eyes, and you're telling the story for the people who've been there with the property and with the stories and the characters for so many years, and make sure that you're honoring them as well.
So I just got to say, I love the approach he's taking with this show, because I think it's pretty clear from season one, what we've seen so far. You know, that is exactly what we're getting. What he just explained right there.
Yeah, and I always like that, you know, like the fans that have carried the torch, right?
Sure.
Because it could be like the Olympic torch.
What?
It could be like a torch in a riot.
Oh my God. You talk about someone carrying a torch, I'm thinking Indiana Jones.
Or that.
Yeah.
Or that.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay. So, anyway, I think
anyway,
it's, yeah, you did. I think it's pretty clear that, you know, the popularity of this show proves that it's doing exactly what Jon Favreau set out to do. And that is exactly what he just said. You know, it's a show that the older fans can appreciate and enjoy, and it gives that sense of myth and mystery and legend to the new fans coming in. I think, you know, he's done a spectacular job at that. So I don't know. Kudos to him.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying torches.
I let it go, and you're going to bring it back up? I thought it was pertinent.
Yeah. Okay. So in this same interview, which, by the way, was conducted by Pete Hammond from Deadline, they also had Dave Filoni on the call. And, you know, Dave Filoni is kind of talking about the tradition of, and you heard him mentioning, you know, the old influences on George Lucas at the beginning there, but you know, kind of the meshing of the old influences along with the new technologies and things, and how that's always worked for Star Wars.
This show combines many things, old and incredibly new. And if you look at what George was always doing, he was taking his love of cinema, things that he grew up with, but then he was also using technology to tell those stories in a brand new way, to get a new lens on it. It's been a component of Star Wars always. And I think that's another reason why the show, for me, feels right in the story and in its creation. It has that same energy. And the crew just loved doing it and experimenting with this new technology.
So once again, with The Mandalorian, we have Star Wars doing what Star Wars always does. It's pioneering new technology and embracing all that came before. So, yeah.
I dig it. That was always my complaint about the sequels, right?
Right.
And not to harp on it again.
Go ahead, harp.
But there was just there was so much desire to move backwards.
Yes.
You know, and not move backwards in a way that was embracing new technology.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that hurts.
Yeah, for sure.
You put too much effort on trying to do old things and make it look good.
Yeah. Practical effects. Shoot on film. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's quite an endeavor, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to do this, but man, we got to make it look like it fits.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I love it. Where all that stuff fits, yes, do it, use it, but make sure it's where it fits. Don't do it for doing its sake. If that makes sense.
Yeah, if you're using a ship on a fishing pole,
right,
like it needs to be because the budget is making you do that.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think Star Wars ever used a ship on a fishing pole. Just saying. But
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On a stick.
Yeah, okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, ship on a stick. They did do that.
They did that. I mean, didn't what's the Mandalorian ship, the Razor Crest?
Yeah.
Didn't they shoot some scenes with his ship? Was a ship on like a wire?
I don't know that it was on a wire. Was it on a wire?
Pretty sure it was on a wire.
Didn't they do the whole, instead of the ship moving around the camera moves around the ship thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was suspended on a wire when they did that.
Possibly. But hey,
But I mean, they did that because it's like, well, we got to save some money somewhere.
Right. But yet they still embraced new technologies, and incorporate all that together seamlessly. So.
Yeah. That really is. That's how Dave does it, right? Like.
Absolutely.
So that's what Dave learned.
Right.
There are certain things you have to do. Right, because it's Star Wars. But while you have to do these things, you still want to push these things forward.
Right.
And they found ways to do that using that volume, which every time I hear something about that thing, it just blows my mind. It's like, why aren't we talking about this more? I mean, maybe they just don't want all of it out there.
I don't know. I think the cat's out of the bag on that, because I think they are making plans to be using that for several shows moving forward.
Yeah, 'cause that thing is just, every time I read something new on that, it's just astounding.
Yes.
Like, what does this thing not do?
Right.
I mean, y'all have created Skynet.
Yeah. This thing, it is pretty cool. I mean, being able to adjust the background perspective from the camera angle, the angle they're shooting the camera at around the primary character and all that. That kind of stuff is just amazing to me. And then I recently heard Dave Filoni talking about how as the background perspective is changing, the lighting automatically changes to account for all of that. It's like, oh my gosh, this is, when they talk about this being like something new, completely new and, game changing for the film industry, it is absolutely game changing. So
you ain't got to worry about like, the elements screwing up your filming day. I mean, unless it knocks out the power.
Exactly. It's something else that Dave's been talking about a lot lately. I didn't clip, but when he was doing one of his, and they were shooting out on the back lot, because they do actually film outside sometimes, but the director of photography is like, all right, we need to kind of get going here because we're going to lose light. Dave's like, oh, that's right.
Out here, we got to worry about the sun.
That's right. I'm used to animating inside for 16 hours a day. I'm not used to this. So, yeah, but
if we need light, we make it.
That's right. But yeah.
So another thing about the filming process that they've created here, Dave was asked, it was maybe it was Favreau. Favreau was asked about how the pandemic would hinder the planned production of a third season.
Oh, looking that far out, huh?
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like, wow, he's kind of inadvertently committing to there being a third season.
Yeah.
He says, the fact that the set is much more contained is a benefit because you can limit the number of people. A lot of people controlling it are doing it remotely from what we call the brain bar, which is a bank of gaming computers, essentially. He said the amount of people near the camera could be much smaller than usual. We also shoot a lot outside, which is helpful too. We build to a moment in filming more like an animated production, where we have a lot of storyboards, a lot of discussions, and scouting in virtual reality. We use cinematic tools in VR much the same way we did for Lion King and The Jungle Book. A lot of time, the actors you are seeing on the screen aren't actually there on set.
Exactly. That's something else that this volume can do, right? If there's background characters or people, someone that your primary focus isn't necessarily interacting with, they can just be projected up on that screen in the volume. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you've got people working on a production remotely.
Yeah.
What?
I gotta say, when you said brain bar, the image that flashed in my head was like, a bunch of brains in jars, kind of like wires coming out of them. They're this is how they get the processing power. It's kind of like a Futurama type thing,
I was just gonna say it. It's like a Futurama.
Yeah. But then you said a bunch of gaming PCs, so okay, now I get it.
Yeah, if that says what gaming computers are capable of now, geez.
Right.
All I can get mine to do is play World of Warcraft.
Nice.
Which I guess is the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, essentially, they're taking that kind of concept and, making movies with it.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing's wild, man. This just really wild, and it's definitely something that I think a lot of studios are going to look at now, especially with this pandemic bringing on what it's brought on. Like, if we had this, we wouldn't have to halt so much production.
Yeah. Not to mention,
and we can be ready when people can get back to the theaters and.
Right. I was going to say, not to mention also, this could actually be the sort of thing you talk about. Less people being physically by the camera, right? I think that was the line in there. So,
yep.
What that would allow for is, and we've all seen The Mandalorian, so we know you can make about feature film quality cinema for far cheaper. And these studios have got to be looking at that going, dang, we could be releasing movies straight to streaming right now, way cheaper, and still making money, had we been using this volume. So,
and that's less staff for leaks.
That's sure. Yeah, there's that too.
Because now, for sure, if it leaks, we'll know it's you.
That's right.
All right. One more thing to kind of do here.
Uh-huh.
Ben Solo series.
Right.
What?
Yeah, I know. So this was kind of leaked here a couple days ago by and so the guys from Kessel Run Transmissions, Kessel Run Radio, have, how do we put, quote unquote, source that says Lucasfilm is looking into doing a Ben Solo show. Okay. Now, again, we would chalk it up with all the rest of the rumors and, okay, yeah, whatever. But I got to say, these are the guys who broke the story of the Bad Batch. So, which turned out to be absolutely true. So,
and I don't mind this, kind of reporting.
Right.
Because they're saying, okay, it's sources. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Typically. Because it's so easy to say, sources say that this.
Right.
And a lot of that is because that's been abused by people who don't have sources.
Yes.
But they say sources say that they are looking into a Ben Solo series. That is highly believable.
Sure.
Okay. They're probably looking into all kinds of weird crap.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Not saying this is weird.
No, but
it came out weird.
Well, no, in some ways it kind of is, because here again, we have a character who has an ending. So what are we doing? Are we taking Adam Driver and we're going to have him playing, are we going to de-age him, or how's it going to work, And if we do that, is Mark Hamill going to be de-aged? And you know what I'm saying? Or is his... There is another story. We don't have to get into it, but there is another story where Mark Hamill says he's totally okay with his character being digital, just, a la Peter Cushing. So, maybe when you put those two stories together, that's what we're going to get, is maybe a TFA prequel type series or something. So, it's all speculation, but, those puzzle pieces are kind of getting close to fitting together, when you think about it.
Well, and just back to the whole concept of a Ben Solo series.
Yeah.
This is a character that has garnered quite the following. Okay, like cult classic like following.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. From many different angles, by the way, for different reasons. Yeah.
Yes, many different reasons. And it is obvious that they do have their finger on the pulse of fandom a little bit. Look at the Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
Fandom spoke up. They answered.
Yes.
So, the fact that there is such a Ben Solo following kind of going on right now, I totally believe they are looking into the prospect of this. I think it is, as someone said, hey, has anyone thought of a Ben Solo series?
Right.
That's probably as far as I got. Nothing's been pitched.
Right. So, yes, it could be in the quote unquote idea phase, right? Hey, this is something that, we could look into. So, okay.
Yeah, someone wrote it on the board.
And so therefore, hey, let's give this idea to a writer and, see where you go with this. And then we'll take a look at it and see if
there's any fruit.
Right. Exactly. It could be in that sort of phase right now, which, everything starts somewhere, right? Everything probably starts there. And, it might go somewhere. It might not. So my question for you, Joe, is where would you like to see it go? Because, I have my doubts that this could be like a, post Rise of Skywalker thing. I mean, kind of disappeared.
So for me, if you do a Ben Solo series, I think you kind of want to go way back, man. Like before he turned.
Okay.
Or you know what? It might be interesting to kind of cover the after he turned.
Oh, so Kylo Ren.
Yeah, but still Ben Solo before he, receives that mantle.
Okay, so now you're involving Snoke and characters of that nature. Maybe the
Yes.
Knights of Ren.
Yes.
So this could be Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren and their adventures or something.
I mean, I think it would be interesting to see how he becomes Kylo Ren, because I don't think he, betrays Luke, destroys the temple, and now he's Kylo Ren. I don't think it works that way.
I see.
It worked for Anakin.
You think we got the Cliff's Notes version of Star Wars history in the film then?
Yeah.
Clearly. Yeah.
Because, and I know I'm digging into legends here, but
careful.
But like the Sith, you don't just decide to walk away and you are Sith.
Right.
You don't go out and get a new name and stuff like just because you decided to turn.
Right.
You gotta earn it.
Yeah, those were different times though, right? I mean, maybe
So
Snoke.
now you think it's like at this point it's like, well, there's no one else, so here.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I'm looking at the films, right? Snoke was basically choosing him because he had that Skywalker blood running through his veins, right? So, yeah. I mean, now knowing what we know, this was Palpatine pulling the strings and Kylo Ren and pawn the whole time, so but could still be an interesting story, I like personally, I would like to see, forgive me for saying so, because for me it would be just as much about Luke as Ben Solo if they showed some of them together in the good times, so to speak.
Okay.
I mean,
so you're talking adolescent.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking so, yeah. So you wouldn't even necessarily need Adam Driver,
No, I don't think you'd use him at all.
Right.
Which, I mean, the bulk of the Ben Solo following that would very, very much upset.
Yeah, but man, what have I always said? For me, it's about story.
Well, I mean, you know where I stand on this, because we had this conversation when it came to Leia. And I said that, you tell the story of the character.
Right.
I understand being loyal.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be a better service to Carrie Fisher to appropriately tell Leia's story, even if that meant recasting.
Right.
And I think even in this case, it would be more of a service to Adam Driver and the story that he and the character he portrayed to cast appropriately. I think doing some kind of CGI thing the whole damn time would be too much. One, it'd be too expensive.
Yeah. And I mentioned Mark Hamill saying, yeah, go for it with the character of Luke Skywalker. I'm also thinking that if you did that with the character of Luke Skywalker, you do that for, I don't know, 6 minutes at the beginning or end of the, of the episode. And then it's Kylo on a mission or something. Young Kylo.
Ben.
Huh?
Ben.
Oh yeah. Whatever. Ben. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? As opposed to, it's Luke and Ben the whole time.
No, it can't be.
It can't be, right? So, but you would get a little taste of Luke and then Ben going off to, earn his stripes on his own,
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, any other ways you think this could go?
I don't know. That's my favorite way. So I guess I'm kind of sticking with that one.
Okay. I mean, no way this is going to be, Mark said digital, right? No, he's cool with it.
Oh, he totally said he's cool with it. He, Mark, right? Mark had a couple things to say, but one that, this one is totally Mark, right? He goes, you know what I'd love to see? A Force ghost that's like actually frightening. Not somebody that's beautifully smiling down from the clouds or coming to give exposition. A ghost is scary, but we'll see. My work here is done. So,
you mean like Darth Bane?
Right. Yeah, exactly. I think he must have forgot about how he played that character.
I mean, he wasn't friendly.
Exactly. But hey.
All right, how about Ben Solo and Luke Skywalker? Post The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
Yep. So we got 2 Force ghosts.
2 Force ghosts. I'm loving it already. Okay.
Going around the galaxy and just scaring the crap out of people.
That's it. I love it. You got Luke and Ben, Mark and Adam. Yeah, they'll be like standing
just
over.
Uncle and his nephew catching up, doing all that goofy shit that they never did when they were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Making up for lost time.
Yep.
He was standing over
pranks.
Standing over Daisy Ridley's bed when she wakes up. They're like, boo. Boo. Oh, God. Oh, that's horrible.
It's an awful idea. But I would watch it. Just throwing that out there.
Exactly. Someone needs to make this spoof film.
Looking at you, YouTube.
Right.
All right. If you have anything to add, you can always email us. show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media. We're at The Wars and More on Twitter. Facebook.com/thewarsandmore. You can find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I think that about covers it.
All right. We will talk next week.